everybody, it's Ian the Off-Kilter Crafter. I hope you're having a great day today. Today I'm taking part in another CAC collaboration, which is the Creative Arts collaboration, so it's a Creative Arts collaboration. This month's hashtag is Color of the Year Art. So today I'm going to be working with two colors that are Pantone's Color of the Year. This year's colors are Rose Quartz and Serenity. So there's actually two colors of the year this year. If you want to see more creative people like myself create artwork, sculpture, all sorts of different things, go ahead and type up in the search bar above my head, type in hashtag Color of the Year Art. That'll open up a plethora of videos for you, and as Cinnamon Cooney says, go on an art safari. Using those two colors, I created this card, which is a great everyday card, a card that you can send to your friend to let them know you're thinking about them. So let's go ahead and get started putting this card together. Alright, I have my two colors of distress ink. This is Spun Sugar, which is very close to the Rose Quartz color, and then Shaded Lilac, which is very close to the Serenity color. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take my Spun Sugar and I'm going to go ahead and put it onto my craft mat here. This is the Ken Oliver best craft mat ever, or whatever you want to call it. I love it. It works really, really well. I'm going to add a little bit of water to it. Just take my spray bottle and really quick give it a little mist, just to give it a little more stretch for it. Now I'm going to take a piece of acetate, this clear piece of acetate that has some cat hair on it, and I'm going to go ahead and dip this right into my color and pick it up straight on my acetate, just like that. And now I'm going to kind of smoosh it over here in this pink, or over here in the lower right hand corner here. And now I'm going to go ahead and dry this really quickly. So now I'm going to go ahead and add a little more of this spun sugar. Add a little more water. And I'm going to put a second layer because that spun sugar didn't quite give me the color that I'm looking for. I want it a little bit darker. And I'll also add a second layer on top of it. And I'm going to go ahead and dry that once more. Now I'm going to take my Shaded Lilac and do the exact same thing again. This time I'm going to go up towards the left top corner instead of the bottom. Starting to look pretty good. I think I want to add a little more Rose Quartz, or Spun Sugar in this case. That's starting to look really good and I'm really happy with it. I am going to take a paintbrush and just add a little bit of water in one single spot that I'm not happy with. It looks a little... how can I say it? I'm just going to take a little bit of water and try to mix these colors a little bit more down here and water them out a little bit. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my spray bottle and spray a little bit just into my hand, and then I'm going to sprinkle it across the top to get some water droplets. I then rock my piece of paper here back and forth just a little bit to pick up some of that color. And then I'll dab it off using a paper towel. Alright, now that I've gotten my front panel done, I need to add a greeting to it, so I'm going to use the Simon Says stamp. This is the Big Scripty Greeting Holidays. And I'm using this one even though it's not a holiday because there are some wonderful things that you can use from this set that have nothing to do with holidays if you don't want them to. So for instance, this be joyful, if I could read correctly. It also has love, hope, and joy, which I think is great. The rest of them are pieces that could also be used without the kind of holiday greetings, but I think for today's card I'm going to go ahead and use this love, hope, and joy. Since this is on watercolor cardstock, I've decided to pull my Misty out so that way I can stamp it more than once, get that perfect impression every time. I'm going to go ahead and pick up my stamp and grab my VersaFine ink. I'm going to ink this up so that it's nice and dark. It came out pretty nicely, but I just want to make sure I got everything nicely inked up. So I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to go ahead and put this onto my card base. Since this is watercolor cardstock, I am using my Tombow Extreme Permanent Adhesive because it ensures that this card is going to lay very nicely onto my card base. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of these silver triangle studs. I'm going to add them to the front of the card in random places. You know, I thought I liked these studs on there, but something is just not meshing with me. So I thought I liked these triangle studs on there, but I realized as I was looking at it, I just didn't like it all that much. So I took it back off, and I'm actually going to do these sequins instead. Now, there's a little bit of residue left over from taking off one of those triangles, but that's okay. I'm going to cover it straight up and no one's going to be any the wiser to what I'm doing. I'm taking some multi-matte medium from Ranger, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that straight over that little triangle. Now these little sequins already have adhesive on the back, but I want to ensure that these sequins don't fall off in the mail. So I'm going to go ahead and stick them down with the multi-matte medium. See, I like that a lot better. I feel like this is much better than what I had originally. There you go. Now we have a card. So as you can see, it didn't take long to put that card together using that acetate to smush the ink onto the watercolor paper. In fact, you could create several of them very quickly so you could have an entire card set ready to give to your friends. There's a lot of other artists who are taking part in this hashtag Color of the Year Art collaboration. Make sure to check out the playlist by clicking the eye right up here in the corner and clicking on that playlist. I want to send a quick shout out to Cinnamon Cooney and her husband John. They let me come paint in their studio. It was really exciting, and I definitely hope you checked out that video. If you haven't, you can click the painting right over here, which is the one that I did with Cinnamon in her art studio, or go up into the iCards and check it out over there. Don't forget, if you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up. That lets YouTube know that you liked it, and then it'll share it with other people. Also, if you're not already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel down below. Click that button that says subscribe. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and get great updates every time I post a new video. Don't forget to get social with me. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Periscope, the list goes on and on. All of those links will be down in the description below. I hope everybody has a great day, and don't forget guys, keep it off kilter. Bye!